Hello, and welcome back to the Boston housing market. Facts versus fears. This is not 2008. This is part 3, and we're going to talk about home equity. So hello, everyone. I'm Shalaye Camillo with Vital Source Realty in Boston. And thank you so much for tuning into this video. I hope all is well with you and your family. And I hope all the moms and mom figures had a great Mother's Day over the weekend. Okay. The purpose of this video series is really to provide some insight about what happened in housing leading up to 2008 and what is happening in housing now and how those two are different. Hopefully you caught parts 1 and 2 on the economic recovery and home appreciation. If not, you can catch that on any of our social media channels. And be sure to watch those, and be sure to catch my tips at the end of this video on the best ways, best and smartest ways to use your home equity if you have it, and also how to get a complimentary PAIR report, which is a professional equity assessment report. All right, we're gonna get into it. Let's talk home equity. All right, so my mother used to say all the time that your home can be your bank. And even though I heard her say it all the time, I didn't really know exactly what it meant, but I do now. And what she was talking about is your home equity. So the highest category of net worth for all Americans is their home. And so why is that? It's because of home equity. So what is home equity? Home equity is the difference between what your home is worth and any debts against it, like mortgages and things like that. All right. So what happened in housing leading up to 2008? Well, there was record levels of home equity, and that was fueled by soaring prices. And then homeowners went and kind of cashed out. A lot of homeowners went and tapped into a lot of that cash and took out money out of their homes against the home equity. People thought home prices would never decline and took out equity and cash that actually evaporated years later. And now they owed a loan on their home that was actually more than the value of the house. So hence the term underwater. That's what that means. Let's take a look at what happened with home equity between 2005 and 2007. Homeowners cashed out a whopping $824 billion. Yes, I said billion. $824 billion between 2005 and 2007. They cashed out their home equity. And what did they spend it on? Well, a lot of them spent it on second homes, vacations, and depreciating assets such as cars and boats. And if you look over here, this is 2017 to 2019. Between 2017 and 2019, homeowners cashed out about $232 billion. Now, let's put this in perspective, because $232 billion sounds like a lot, right? But that total is not even equal to 1 year leading up to 2008. All right, so there's a dramatic difference in the way that homeowners are treating their home equity, and I think that we have learned some lessons around that. So let's talk stats. 53% of all homes in America have at least 50% equity. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of net worth. And as you see down here, 37% of all homes are owned free and clear. So what does that mean? That means that 37% of homeowners wouldn't even be affected if there was any kind of depreciation, all right? And then look at here, this is where most of us are. The average equity of the mortgaged homes in the United States is $177,000. That's still a lot of money. So what does that mean? Even if homes depreciated 25%, most homeowners would still be sitting on approximately $132,000. That's a lot of money to be sitting on. And caveat here, disclaimer, no one is calling for 25% depreciation, okay? It's just an extreme example just to demonstrate the strength of the housing market right now. As a matter of fact, First American, Fannie Mae, and Ivy Zeldman all projected continued appreciation, all right? So no panic. All right, so let's look at some Boston stats. 34% of Boston homeowners own their home outright, okay? And the remainder carry a balance of average $232,000. So this was in 2017, with a median sale price at that time of $470,000 for a single family. Simple math tells us that Boston area homeowners are sitting on approximately $238,000 in equity. $238,000 is a lot of money, and I can tell you that there are many homeowners who are sitting on that or more. What are some smart ways that you can use that equity? Well, One smart way you can use that equity is high value home improvements. High value home improvement. Everything that you do in your home may not give you a dollar for dollar value back. So before you do any major renovations, I really suggest calling and speaking with a real estate professional to help guide you with what would be a good value add to your home, because you want to do things on your home that is going to build equity and add value. Okay. The second smart way to use your equity would be to pay down high interest debt. So you can consolidate high interest debt and pay it down. Now, caveat here, you do have to take care of the issue of why you accumulated the high interest debt in the first place. Do that before you use your home equity to pay off the debt, because you don't want to pay off the debt and still have the issue and compound the issue, right? So number 3, and I love this one, one of my favorite things to do is invest money in real estate. So you can take equity out of your home to invest in more real estate, a second home, an investment property, or something like that. Now, exchanging debt for another asset that potentially produces cash value and cash flow is a smart move, okay? And the fourth way that you can use your home equity in a smart way is to use it for an emergency fund, not day-to-day expenses, but for an emergency fund. So, home equity can serve as a low interest way of having an emergency fund there without taking out a payday loan or putting things on credit cards. Let me give you a couple things you don't want to do with your home equity. You don't want to go buy a car, okay? Unless you've got lots of cash lying around and things like that. A car is a depreciating asset. You don't want to buy a car. I would not suggest taking your home equity and investing in the stock market. The number one rule of stock market investing is you don't ever invest more than you can afford to lose. So don't lose your equity. And you don't want to be using it for like vacations and weddings and other luxuries and to cover day-to-day expenses. You don't want to use it for that. So do you want to know how much equity you have in your home? Contact me. Feel free to contact me for your custom pair report. So your pair report, like I had mentioned in the beginning of this video, is a professional equity assessment report, okay? And it is used to evaluate the cash value of your home. The housing market is not like it was in 2008, okay? And it's important to know the facts and not just go off of misinformation and fear and headlines from friends and family, which I know happens a lot, and mostly because people just don't know the facts. And that's the reason why I'm doing these videos. My job, and I'm going to say this in every video, my job as a professional real estate broker is not to make things seem better than they are and not to make things seem worse than they are, but to tell it like it is based on the facts and information that we have. My job is to make sure that my clients understand what's going on so they can better make informed decisions for their real estate goals in their life and their family, okay? As I mentioned in previous videos, buyer activity in Massachusetts and Boston is up as we're all getting used to and acclimated to the new normal. So do you have untapped equity that you'd like to use to maybe purchase more real estate? Or have you been wanting to sell and take that equity to buy a bigger home or even downsize? If you need to move, we have the proper protocols in place to continue to do that safely and effectively like we always have. At Vital Source Realty, we are a virtual brokerage, and we have the protocols in place and the technologies to help our clients buy and sell throughout this whole pandemic and health crisis. And so I just want to share with you some of the virtual services that we provide: virtual open houses, video emails, interactive video showings, virtual staging. We've done all of these things for our clients. I'm not going to go through all of them, but if you'd like a rundown of all of those things, feel free to give me a call. And also, I'd like to show you this because we do have a showings protocol in place that we require that all buyers do, and then also our sellers. We give you guys tips on how to keep your home safe from people coming into your home too. So this is to keep me, my team, and buyers and sellers safe while we're out showing homes. All right. So if this video was helpful to you, please like it. If you know of anyone who can benefit from this information, please share it with them. Depending on where you're getting this, if this is in video, email, or social media or YouTube, please share this information. We really want people to be in the know and have insight behind the information. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in again, and stay tuned for part 4, where we will be talking about mortgages and credit availability, 2008 and now. All right, guys, you have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.